cutting today to make this official. It's our facility services building, and it's my pleasure right now to kind of kick things off by introducing our chairman of the board, Mr. Bob Wunderlich, who's actually been here through everything from the very, very beginning. So for Bob in particular, it's pretty exciting to see this building finally finished. Bob?
Oh, thank you, Dr. Prue. And welcome again. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we welcome you to our new facility services building. First, let me thank our students and taxpayers for their investment and support of our master plan construction projects. We appreciate your commitment to Joliet Junior College. Today is a special day for the employees who work in this new building. Our facility services staff work so hard, often behind the scenes, to keep the physical spaces at this college functioning at a high level and in a manner that keeps this one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. Thank you for what you do every day on behalf of our students, facility, and staff.
Thank you very much, Bob. As Chairman Wunderlich said, the college's master plan would not be a success without the support of our students, our District 525 community members, and the Illinois Capital Development Board. This particular facility, which is 40,572 square feet in size, has been funded by the Illinois Capital Development Board at a cost of approximately $8.6 million. And we are truly grateful to have that support. We particularly regret that the designer and architect, Mark Brody of Leggett, couldn't be with us today. Now my pleasure to introduce Jeff Sronkowski. Jeff is Principal Director of Higher Ed for Leggett Architects, and he's going to share a couple of words with us. Jeff?
Now, it's really a shame that Mark Brody couldn't be here today, because he is our guru for these type of buildings, and I can tell you that that this project was really a labor of love for him. And I must say, please back me up on this, Pat or anyone else, but I think right away when he started working on this project after the master plan was completed, he just clicked with the department here. He knew what to do, he knew what was needed to be done, and it was a great project as a result of it. So this is a great day for us, for him. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here. I'm sure he's in a much warmer place right now. But let me introduce some of his team. Brian Archibald is here. Brian, please stand up, part of the architectural team. Stephanie Markander. Stephanie? There's Stephanie in the back. Stephanie is part of our team as well. And I'd like to take this time to acknowledge our consultants as well. I think it was mentioned earlier, KJWW Engineering was our structural engineer. Anyone here from KJWW? DBHMS was our mechanical, electrical, plumbing engineer, as was stated earlier. Worked with a lot of the innovative, sustainable features on the building, energy-saving buildings. Very creative company. And certainly Ruger and Tonelli, Rod Tonelli is right here. Rod? And so on behalf of Leggett Architects and our partners, I'd like to congratulate both the CDB and Joliet Junior College on this great building and this great day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Now I'd like to introduce Larry Bacher. Larry is the higher education COE of Gilbane Construction Company. He's not only kept this project on budget, but he's kept it on schedule. And I just want to say, Larry, for me personally, thank you for all that you do and all the Gilbane staff has done to help us oversee the master plan projects. You and the Gilbane team really do the company proud. A lot of people ask me, how do you know all these little things about the buildings? How big, what they cost? Larry tells me. I know everything because Larry keeps me in the loop, which I really appreciate. So Larry, welcome and have a few words.
「 So part of the joy of being part of everything that's going on here at Joliet Junior College is working with the staff at Facility Services. You have to be impressed with what they accomplish here. The floors in these buildings sparkle, the building systems all hum. The 40-year-old buildings over there look good inside because there's a very careful program of maintenance and upgrades that keeps them fresh. This on very constrained resources, so they really do an excellent job here. On the night of the Groundhog Day blizzard earlier this winter, one of my engineers worked a little too late and got stuck overnight. So he was giving us frontline reports from the site here and was able to let us know that the parking lots and the roadways here at JJC were plowed, cleared, and ready for operation long before any of the roadways around here were letting us get to the site. So they actually are here, dedicated, hardworking, do an outstanding job. They've been providing that top flight service out of a set of metal sheds. They were supposed to be temporary when they went up in 1969. Over the years, there were other priorities for those resources. They've been providing that support for the college out of facilities that did not support them. That speaks volumes about the dedication of the staff, and I'm proud now to be a part of the team that put this new facility here. With financial support and management support from the Illinois Capital Development Board, a simple yet functional and attractive design by Leggett Architects, this building puts all facility services under one roof in well-organized shops and offices that at last gives them the workspace and storage they need to manage a campus this size. The old green buildings that used to house facilities have had a good life. The college has more than seen value for that investment. Lest anyone have second thoughts, as we sit here, we are in the process of taking those buildings down. Besides giving us the space here in this facility, this project gives us back the land that those old green buildings used to occupy. On that land, there will be a parking lot, which we need. In the longer term, as the population of Will and Grundy and all the other counties in District 5
about all of this, he would tell you that the facility services staff has kind of been what he calls nomadic in nature. That, in his words, what that really means is that their home has been wherever the college found room for them. They were in an old barn at one time near Humboldt Road, and then they were in what we refer to as our temporary green buildings. These temporary buildings were built over 40 years ago, so they were temporary for a long time. And some of you here may not know that those temporary green buildings were the original campus. For those of us that weren't around in the 70s, we've heard the story about the quad, we've heard stories about the mud, but those buildings are still standing and in the process actually of coming down. I'm pleased to finally say to the members of the facility services team who are beaming today that you finally have a home that has real indoor plumbing besides. So, for our facility services staff, this is an awesome building. I've heard words like beautiful, practical, futuristic, but it's an awesome building. It is designed and registered to be LEED certified silver, and it features some very impressive technology, which includes geothermal heating and cooling, LED lighting systems, and super low flow plumbing fixtures, just to name a few. And in your programs today, there's a little bit more about the innovative design that was used for this particular building. As I mentioned previously, the project's been funded by the Illinois Capital Development Board through the 2009 Illinois Jobs Now program. Today, I'm honored to introduce Mr. Jim Underwood. Jim is representing the Illinois Capital Development Board. Recently, he was named Executive Director of the CDB by a unanimous vote of the board. He served as Deputy Director of CDB's Construction Division since 2008, helping to spearhead Governor Quinn's Illinois Jobs Now. Capital construction initiatives prior to that, he was a Chief Executive Officer of the Illinois Correctional Industries. He was a Personnel Manager for the Department of Corrections and the Illinois Secretary of State's Physical Services Division Chief. He's a 33-year member of the DPW Local 146, which is in Decatur, where he was an apprentice and journeyman wireman and served as assistant business manager for about 6 years. He's a graduate of Maroa Forsyth High School and has a BA degree in labor studies from the Antioch College AFL-CIO Meany Center for Labor Studies. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jim Underwood.
Thank you. Boy, I hear all that, I should be ready to retire. Good afternoon. It's a real pleasure to be here. I'm involved in all aspects of building projects, from the idea stage to the planning, to the bidding, the groundbreaking, but it's the events like this when we get to come to the ribbon cuttings that are our favorite thing to attend. Just great to be here. The paperwork for this project, the funding from the state's portion of this, is being finalized on this project today, and Capital Development Board administers all state-funded, non-road construction projects in Illinois. We're very proud of this new building, just like we're proud of the other educational facilities that are going up across the state, thanks to Governor Quinn's Illinois Jobs Now construction program. It was mentioned this is a very green building. This building thanks to craftsmen from the Will and Grundy County building trades that worked on this project. And a special thanks to our project manager, Steve Holm, who's with us here today. Where are you, Steve? Steve did a great job on this project. He's finishing up another one up at Truman College in Chicago. And so we put a lot on his plate, and he's really come through for us. As you can see, everyone did a good job on this. They did a wonderful job. The project was completed on time, in budget, about 10.5 months. And lastly, I'd like to thank Joliet Junior College for being a wonderful partner in this venture. I congratulate you on opening your facility services building today. Look forward to working